What's up, broadcasters? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Branding Banter, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, Director of National Sales at Hidware USA.
And I'm Meg Gerber, the CXO of the Bark and Buoy.
I'm Sarah Goshgarian. I'm a Senior VP of Sales over at Market Fuel with a hat that is just not working this morning. But whatever.
I know.
All
I have to
hats
dye
here.
my hair. It's so
That
bad.
hair don't care, Sarah. That hair
Yeah.
don't.
There we go. Hot hair. Well, it's because of like running and working out and like I know Jeff, you experience this quite often, but sweaty hair
Running?
is
No, I
tough
don't
to
experience that at
restyle.
all. Sweating, working out, sweat equity, all that good stuff. Sure, I don't run.
Yeah, I
Need to.
really don't run. If I wasn't training for this event, then I would not be running either. But knowing that running is a part of it and that's my weakness, I'm
Oh,
running.
I
good for
have to
you.
train for the 5K at Sagney. Okay.
Oh,
Didn't we
the
walk the
running
5K at
program I'm
Sagney?
doing is for a
I have to
5K.
train for that, Meg.
Basically,
I
is
don't want
what
to
it
pull a
is.
hammy. I don't want to pull a hammy.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Listen,
other day, part of my program, this is good banter. The other day, part of my program was running for 5 minutes. And I was like, oh God, whew, this is a lot.
I had to run the other day, but it was not because I was working out. And I don't, I just,
Running
Moose
I
was
was
down
in
a
flip
chasing
bear
you.
flops.
or a moose or
Moose was
Yeah, I was
chasing
in
you.
flip flops and a romper. And it was like left or life, life or death.
that's like me saying phenomenal in my video the other day. I was like, phenomenal. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Well, look, I don't want to deter us from this amazing banter, you beautiful
I'm
people,
sorry.
but we've got a fun one today. Look, there's been so much that's been going on. I don't feel like we've been able to cover it all. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
excited to just get into the news a little bit, talk about some things that have happened either in the past month or two that we haven't really covered. Like number one, Meg, I know you sent this ASI article, and it says SNS Canada at the very top. First of all, we didn't talk about Gildan. We didn't talk about what was the other one? Was it
American Apparel,
yeah, American
Apparel,
Apparel?
Hanes.
So they're doing all
Hanes,
kinds
yeah.
of stuff. We need to
All,
talk about that. Um, Sarah, you had mentioned that the LDC scholarships or
Yeah.
something is still active and available. So we need
Still
to get into
active and available.
yeah.
where do y'all
Why
want
don't
to
we
start?
Why don't we start off with, because that's it's still pretty new, and I think if you haven't heard about it, you're gonna hear about it all this week, and it's the promotional product industry's greatest companies to work for in 2025, and there was
Headwear
actually
USA.
I know.
what?
I will
Headwear
say,
USA.
so I will say when this list came out, and I know like we talked about it last year too. I didn't realize it was a combo. I don't know why. Maybe I forgot. It's not only it's suppliers, but it's distributors and of all different sizes. And I like the fact that they also break it into like smaller companies versus your large companies. And so if you haven't checked out the list, it's
We
on
So
PPA.
yeah, and I think they changed it just a couple years ago because I think it just used to be revenue, and then it was all types of weighted categories. I don't have them up, and I was trying to look for them very quickly, but it's based off of survey participation, right? And I know it was established for each company based on its size, and the companies were required to achieve that rate to be eligible. I know
Yeah, so there's
before they had.
116. There's 116 companies that are on the
Yep.
list. Last year was a record-breaking 106. So this
Yep.
10 more. That's amazing. So there were 63 companies that were also named to the list for the second consecutive year. So it's really cool,
I mean, there's what 17,000 companies in the industry, I think. So
right?
I mean, it's still a small list.
Still is a very small list.
And
Still
it
a
looks like
small
they
list.
have
Yeah.
what,
And they all
4?
the placement on the list was solely due to the results of an employee survey where they rated their company in key areas. So
Yep. So do we want to go through them? I mean, there's 116 of them, but do we want to talk about any of them? Because there's like the top micro companies, then small, then mid-size, and then large.
I don't know what constitutes a micro versus a small, but
The amount
1338
of
is
employees.
a micro
amount of
company.
employees. So it's 5 to 9 employees is a micro, and then 10 to 20.
Oh, it's based on Okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's employees.
All right, that's fair. Never mind.
Yeah.
So I
All
don't even
right.
know if I've heard of any of the micro companies, but these are people we probably want to keep our eyes on, right? Um,
Heard of Heather Comerford?
Yeah, at 1338 Tryon. You
Come
haven't?
on, Meg.
And
Heather's the
HTX
bee's
promos.
knees.
I feel
Who?
like I know.
Heather. She's the bee's knees.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
I
She's
know
my
now
buddy.
you need a meter.
All right. So yeah, they're a great company. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like I've heard of maybe Red Swag, but I don't know.
No, I know who you're thinking of, and it's not. They're in. I don't think it's the company that you're thinking of.
Yeah, ATX Promo is the only other one that sounds familiar, but that's probably, I'm thinking, yeah. So anyhow,
Yeah, Red Swag is in California. You're probably thinking of one in like Maryland, Virginia area. Red something.
probably, yeah. So there's 5 of the
Yeah.
micro companies.
Yep.
There's quite a bit more of the small companies, which that's where Headwear USA falls into. You've got 10 to 25 employees.
Let's
Blue
read
Dog
through them
Merch.
because we know. I think these are like everybody knows for the most part these companies, and I think these are all companies that are growing for the most part or have been around for a while, but really they're in that 10 to 25 employee range, and there's some really big names in here. Let's go through this one, can we, Jeff? Because
Well,
you're in here as well.
in the interest of maintaining the audience, I don't want to just
Okay.
read 126 names.
Fine. Fine.
I mean, if there's a couple that pop out that you want to mention, like Headwear USA, you could certainly shout
We'll
those
just
out.
talk about Headwear USA. Maple Ridge Farms is in there, so our friends over at Maple Ridge are in there. Ruft is in there as well.
Yep.
But you've got
I want to give a shout out.
Walker Clay.
Yep. Paperclip and Jekyll Promotions. I've known those guys for about 20 years, and they're out of Atlanta, Georgia. So there's some really cool folks down there doing some really good stuff. Yeah,
How about
a bunch
Blue
of
Dog
guys in
Merch?
there that were.
Yeah, Blue Dog Merch.
What's that?
Yeah, Blue Dog Merch in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Some good peoples. McManus.
Philip Ford.
Shout
I
out
have
to
a
the
water bottle
local
from them.
Maryland guys.
I love it.
All
right.
And then,
so
all right,
then
top mid-sized
companies are 26 to 75 employees.
So the number one on
Yeah,
the list is Bell Promo.
out there with Susan over at Bell Promo.
Check out these, you guys, real quick, because Bell Promo is so awesome. I did these for the fly-in.
Our squirrel moment. Oh, those are cute.
Aren't they? And it has
I saw your logo online. I think it's awesome.
Thank you. I used the muddy paw print from my logo on everything because I don't want to just throw my logo on everything. So I did like seaplane plus muddy paw print equals love. Moosehead Lake. So that's for the fly-in this weekend.
Those will be popular. Anyway, are you giving them away or are they for sale?
No, these are for sale. And I have a water bowl, collapsible water bowls too, and then bags from Bell Promo. But everything's for sale this weekend.
Love it.
Yeah. So where'd that list go? All right. So Bell Promo, love brand fuel.
I'm just curious. Sorry, and it's random, but how much do you sell a leash for? How much is your leash?
These are 25.
Okay.
Retractable leashes are 25. I have some up there that are a lot more. So this is a really sweet price spot.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Harnesses are like 50. Like the really good kind are up there. Anyway, squirrel.
What about a muzzle?
Yeah. You need one. A little party hat.
Well, that's why I was asking, because I was one for you. All right.
So club colors, chameleon like. I actually didn't realize that chameleon like was big, but I guess because they do have a whole production facility. So, but they're a great journal company. Made to orders on here. We just saw Brittany. Congratulations,
I was like,
Brittany,
that's new news.
for
also,
that.
going over there. So
that's huge.
It's their CRO. That's exciting. Pop is on
Top
here.
large companies.
Peerless.
Yep. Oh wait, I saw Zagware and Whitestone too. Those are great companies to work for.
I agree. Score SCG.
Yeah.
All right. So some of the large companies. Are we surprised by any of these? Because I see some great companies on here, but it's pretty much seems like it's the same ones every year. But the top large companies are more than 75 employees. But you're going to see, the Bamcos of the world, the Boundlesses of the world, the I Promote Yous, Proformas,
to be honest,
Nadels.
It's probably harder for a large company to get on this list than it is for a small company, just based on the metrics. Because I know once you nominate, then the survey goes out to all the employees.
All the employees.
That the emails are provided for, and then it's based
Yeah.
on percentage of people that actually reply, getting the
Yep.
replies, and what those responses are. So, I mean, I think we had Josh on Ellis from PPAI
We
last year to
did.
talk about this, and so hearing those metrics, knowing, I mean, it's a pretty substantial thing to see some of these guys on here, like the I Promote Yous or the Performas and Nadells of the world, because I mean, you're relying on, strong feedback to come back from
For
a
sure.
lot more people.
It has, I mean, it's big about your company culture, right? Like that's huge.
Mhm.
And I think one of the things are like what they also offer from a professional development standpoint, like growth opportunities, and the flexible work solutions. So there's a lot of things that go into play. So to your point, I agree that I think for larger companies, it's much harder. It's also interesting too, when I look at the difference between the large companies and then those mid-sized companies. Some of those mid-sized companies I actually thought were much larger than what they were, but it's probably employee count. So it's interesting because you're like, oh, they actually aren't as big as what I thought. So
Yeah. All right. So I think that wraps it up for greatest companies to work for, right?
yeah, I think
All
that's
right.
good.
So let's launch into SNS real quick.
Where do we start?
Well,
I know there's so much going on
the
between
fact that they've got exclusive, where was it for? It's
That was
Gildan, right?
American Apparel
American
has.
Apparel? I thought it was Gildan as well.
So Gildan names SNS Activewear as the exclusive wholesale distributor for just American Apparel. So that happened in early August. That's huge. I mean, I
Ah.
see both sides of that. Obviously, I know SNS is growing tremendously, and with growth comes, the trials and tribulations. But I'm very curious to see where this goes. I don't like monopolies on anything. I don't like exclusivity on anything this big. It dominates the market. It allows for price increases with no competition. I mean, I remember when it came. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking what I think. This is just my opinion, but I mean, when it comes down to SNS, I'm sure it's a great deal, bottom dollar, right? But I don't know. As a consumer, A, and as B, as like being in the distributor world, I think it's a lot harder to have those price negotiation conversations, which I know being on the other side of it, that's less of what you want to have. But
I mean, doesn't that technically come from the mill, though? I mean, if
what's
Gildan
that?
doesn't that come from the mill, though, as far as pricing?
It depends. Yeah, I mean, yes, it does. But when you are going up, all right. So let's just say this. So when you have two big conglomerates that have the same product, and one is going to sell it for 10 cents cheaper, that doesn't come from the mill. That comes from them trying to get rid of that product or trying to win those sales from the other guys. When the price increases come, yes, that can come from the mill. Or if there's no one to compete against you, then you can set the price whatever you want. So if there's no one else selling the American Apparel, then
Yeah, but
what's going to
if those
happen is
sales
the
start
other.
to slump, though, it'd be interesting to see what's in that contract. Just because, I mean, obviously, if SNS just says, "Oh, we're going to start selling these shirts for freaking $20 a pop now,"
Well,
nobody's going to buy them, and
no. But what was really nice, I remember when I used to work there, I used to be able to go on the American Apparel website, type in the item number. Let's say it was the 2001, right? It would come up on their website $18. When we were selling it at obviously much, 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 much cheaper. So when I would go into the distributors and I would say, listen, your customers are asking for American Apparel. At that point, this was in the very early stages of the ring spun, the combed ring spun and everything, and I'm like, they just want soft. But if they're really asking for American Apparel and you come to them with this great price and they balk at it, tell them, okay, we'll go to the American Apparel site, type in the same exact item number, it'll be double what you're paying for these t-shirts in bulk with an
Yep.
imprint. But I don't think it's probably, I mean, so there is a lot of wiggle room. There's a lot of margin room, is what I'm saying, based off the retail cost and the wholesale cost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
I will tell you, I mean, I was with the distributor last weekend, and it's funny, like he had a request that came in from an apparel item that like isn't in our industry. So I think a lot of that's also happening is that there's these smaller apparel companies that are popping up, and from a consumer standpoint, a retail standpoint, they find it because that's, that's really what their primary target market is. And so when they turn around and ask for those items from a corporate perspective, I feel like a lot of those apparel companies don't realize like our space even exists. So that's a whole nother like topic of can of worms that we can open up. But it's just interesting of what's happening right now from an apparel perspective. So I know we've got other updates that we can go through too. I know, so you mentioned it at the top, and I just want to make sure that people know. So LDC is PPAI's Leadership Development Conference. It's going to be in South Lake. It's at the West in Dallas, and so the scholarship is open until Friday. So this is going to air Friday. So if you hear this and then you haven't applied, go apply. The link is out there on the PPAI website. But you get full registration. You get the 2 nights hotel. You get $500 in airfare reimbursement. But it is definitely like a launch pad for leadership, networking, and industry insights. So pay attention to it. If you haven't been, go to it. But it is great for any emerging leaders in our industry because you also then be combined with some of the regional leaders as well. So fantastic from a networking perspective. So go.
I love LDW. I went to that many years in a row. I thought it was so good
LDC,
for me.
LDC, not LDW.
LDC. Sorry, this was LDW. Now
I
it's
know.
LDC, but
It
it's
used
so
to be.
good.
Yes,
Sorry,
I know.
good old days.
Yeah, I think it was a workshop versus a conference. I think that was the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, but it's a couple of days and it's fantastic. So if you've never been or you're somebody who's looking for just networking, go.
Yeah.
And apply for the scholarship for our young.
Sarah, did you go last year?
I did. I was there last year. Yeah.
Did you meet my wifey?
Yes.
All right, good. Cool.
I did.
I wonder if
Check
we
and check
speakers.
there.
I'd be interested.
Yeah, check and check.
So what else is coming up? I know we'd mentioned, I know ASI Power Summit's like coming up.
Oh yeah, it's coming up in October. I was just looking at that.
Product responsibility actually is like next week.
It is.
Guys. Yeah. Either
I
you
actually.
going to any of those?
Oh no, go ahead. I'm not
Sarah,
going.
you going to either one of those? The product responsibility?
I'm not going to the product responsibility. We have our PPAS Expo next week. So our golf tournament is on Monday. Our expo, which is not the PPAI Expo, it's PPAS. Expo is in Dallas. It's on Tuesday. So I think the last few months have just been nuts. Jeff, you've been everywhere. So
3 weeks out of the month for the last like 3 months. Yeah, it's been crazy.
Don't miss that.
And of course we're closing on the house in a couple weeks as well. So like that's all.
Congratulations!
Exciting! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Last time you had an offer, so like this is good.
I look forward to it all being done. But,
I understand. Yeah.
But you know what, guys? Fall is in the air. It's football season.
Oh yeah.
We got Sarah in my league.
Yes.
Meg, I know you've been in it the last couple of years. We got Sarah in it now this year. Meg somehow thinks she's going to win it every year. And
my ranking, like, I don't agree. Well, I don't know. Anyways, I'm so curious. Guess now that we're like
quarterback first. That's why your ranking was low. I think.
I didn't take a quarterback first.
She did pick it very early on, though. I think a quarterback might have been her second pick.
Yes, quarterback was my second pick. Tight end was my first pick.
Okay, because the quarterbacks are only worth 4 points in his league, so it's. But I think I'm going to destroy everybody in this league. A, B, your system ranked me third in this league and in my other league, so I feel like really good this year. Unless I have any injuries, I'm going to wipe the board with both y'all.
That is what I have to make sure I do is pay attention to injuries. So then that way, like before games, I can make changes if I need to. So audible some of my players in and out, but.
Yeah, Sarah, taking George Kittle 4th overall might not have been the best decision, but the rest of your draft was all right. I think you did.
All right.
It'll be fun.
I have a little bit of news too.
We'll see.
What is your news, Meg?
Sorry, I know we've kind of talking about it, but this weekend is like the biggest event. This is like my PPAI Expo. This is our international seaplane fly-in. We have about 15 to 20,000 people coming in. They start coming in tomorrow. It literally is happening right across the street. So think about like 4th of July on the boardwalk, right? Or anywhere for that matter. That's this event this week. And I'm so nervous in a way, and I don't even know why. I don't have to do anything, just sell. But I think I'm like people going to buy the stuff that I picked out? I
Have
designed
you
so
been in
much.
Moosehead during this event before?
Have what?
Have you been in Moosehead during this event before?
Yes, I actually came last year with my in-laws. We came up here, we enjoyed it. The lines for everything were like an hour long. So I
So how many
particularly,
people do you have working this weekend?
well, I'm flying in my daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Addie's working, and so is VJ.
That's awesome. I totally would do the same thing, but I think maybe you're nervous. It's just more excitement. And
I
that's
think
like,
that's
it
what it
feels the
is.
same way, right? Like that energy is
Yeah.
the same. And so you're super excited, but it'll be so well
It's hard to
received, everything that you're doing. That's awesome.
It's hard to see, but so I'm even doing, because the lines are so long everywhere, and I know there's a lot of dogs. I'm doing collapsible water bowls and giving them a bottle of water as well. So everyone that has their dogs will get, So I don't know. I'm just really excited because there's just so much stuff that I like. I don't know, and it needs to be a big weekend because this sets the tone for the rest of the year and pays the bills for the rest of the year. So
Yeah,
if you're
100%.
in Maine or northern Maine and you've never seen a seaplane, or you want to come on up this weekend. It's going to be Thursday, Friday, but the big days are Saturday and Sunday. It's great for kids too. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
so
I
if
wish
you're
I
in
was
Maine,
closer. I totally would go.
I know, it's so cool. It is like the seaplanes do like tricks. There's like the Katahdin does a cruise, and there's this one canoe race that like people get in the canoes, they time them and they race. Like they go out to a dock, and then a seaplane flies in, picks them up. They got to strap the canoe to the seaplane, and they take off again. It's intense.
Holy cow.
It's
Holy cow.
so I'm gonna have a great weekend. I'm really excited.
You're gonna
So
have fun.
check
Well,
out the
pray for
socials.
good weather.
is Zuck going to
Yes.
be in
Well,
town?
what's that?
Is Zuck going to be in town?
I don't know.
No.
Incognito. Maybe he'll
His
wear a hat
partner
like
lives up the
this.
street too, I heard.
That doesn't
So,
look good on his head.
Maybe
well,
he'll come
it
into
was
the
good seeing
Barking
you
Buoy
guys.
and,
What?
Get
maybe
a
he'll
new
come into
hat.
the Barking Buoy and offer like a year's worth of dog food to all his mecca of employees over at the.
I'm not giving anything to anybody. He can come pay for it.
There you go.
I'll give him a nice smile and a wave.
There you go.
Yeah.
Free hugs.
Free
Perfect.
hugs.
All right. Anything else to cover before we wrap this one up?
Oh my
Nope,
gosh.
that's it. It
this
was
a
so
lot.
good seeing you
Catch up
guys.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm
Okay, I
excited
have
for
one
next week's
question.
show.
Where
Yeah.
did the pink come from?
I changed it. I don't know.
I'm like, all of a sudden we're pink and cursive. So,
Well,
all right,
it used to be, it was
I
blue
know.
before, but the blue didn't match the logo. So I was like, I'm going to change it. And I feel like the pink's going to
Oh.
pop
There you
more
go.
than the blue. So
I like
yeah,
the
I
pink.
noticed.
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for noticing, Sarah.
Hey, you're welcome. It's the small
I did
things.
it on the last one too.
I
didn't
know. I just didn't call it out because we had Jason. Well, and then that's
Sure.
going to air like it's anything.
Next week.
Yeah, next week, 2 weeks, whatever. I don't know. Time is flying.
Yes. All right. Well, look, it was great chatting with you two. Super excited for you, Meg. Go win the Super Bowl of pet stores and all that good stuff
Yeah.
this weekend. Sarah, have fun with your first week of fantasy football.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe
And,
next week I'll come back with a big W. I'm
actually
up
rooting
against
for
Meg
you,
this
Sarah.
week. It's
I'm
the
actually
two of
rooting
us.
for you, Sarah. Yes.
What?
But do you need any like trades to like help boost your score to possibly
That's
kick you down?
messed up.
A 1 week trade, a one time only.
One time only.
All right, guys. Until next time, we'll be seeing you. Take care.